Hey guys, Midway Piper back with you finally. Hope all is well. It's been an interesting week or so, talk a little bit about that. I'm back, but yeah, before I get too much into that story though, um, this is my first time smoking since the last video I did, maybe just over a week ago. And I'm still not fully recovered yet, so I want to take it a little bit on the lighter, easier side. So today I am smoking my Nording Eric the Red. I don't even know what you call this thing. Bent bulldog kind of deal, I guess. I don't know. And in it I have some Ken Byron Ventures Handsome Stranger. Very similar to Burley Morning Pipe. Almost a little bit more on the I'd say the tin note's a little bit more like a vanilla cream essence to it, but still very similar to Burley Morning Pipe. So it's been an interesting week. Thank you guys for those who reached out. So last video, I mentioned a little bit about how weird and screwed up the healthcare system is. Trying to schedule that doctor's appointment for the long-running sinus issue that I was having. And last video I was smoking some Dan Tobacco Sweet Vanilla Honeydew. And I felt like it just wrecked me. Felt like it was like a massively overstrong Nick hit. And I'm normally pretty sensitive to the nicotine, so you know, it is what it is. I just didn't feel great after I smoked that, and you know, go about the rest of the night like normal. And Tuesday morning around 3 o'clock I woke up and I was just throwing up all over. Yeah, it was bad. Woke up at 3, throwing up. Got back to bed, woke up again at 5, throwing up. And called the doctor when they opened at 8:30. Got an appointment for 11. Tried to drink a little bit of tea to get a little caffeine in my system and see if that helped at all, and it did not. And I threw up again. From that, tried a little bit of water after that, just to try to rehydrate a little bit, threw that up. So I finally get to the doctor's appointment, and I walk in. He looks at me, he goes, "You look like crap." Thanks, doc. That's why I'm here. So no idea what's going on. Suspicion that it's viral. Prescribed me some anti-nausea meds. It was evident that I was severely dehydrated from all the throwing up. And then he's about to leave. He goes, "You know what? Hold on a second." He comes back in, gives me 2 anti-nausea pills, and he's like, Take these, and I want to see you keep them down before you leave here. So I did. Everything worked out all right. Took those all day Tuesday and Wednesday. Scheduled a follow-up appointment on Friday. Still feeling like complete crap. Still severely dehydrated. He was about to send me to the hospital for some IV fluids. He was so concerned. And I was drinking tons of electrolyte mixes, just nonstop. Still am. So I decided before going into the weekend, I didn't want to stop taking the anti-nausea meds before. I didn't want to stop taking them after my follow-up appointment. I wanted to make sure I was okay before I went back to see him. So Thursday morning I took it, and that was it. I didn't take it in the afternoon or the evening. Woke up Friday morning around 1 o'clock and felt pretty nauseous. So I woke up and took another one. Took another one when I woke up. Went to the doctor's appointment. And he had some concerns about possible blood infection, bacterial infection, which I've had before. So took some blood for culture. Told me to take the anti-nausea meds for another week. It should, whatever it was, should have run its course by then. And if there was any updates on the culture, I'd get a call. So go about life on Friday. Go about life on Saturday. Saturday night, around 8:30, I got a call from the on-call doctor, and he said my culture came back positive for bacteria in my blood, and I needed to go to the hospital Saturday night to get IV antibiotics. So that's what I did. Went to the hospital, got there around 9:30. Got me in a room. They took 2 more sets of blood for comparison purposes. One from that arm, and then put the IV in this arm. Set me up with a bag of IV antibiotics, bag of IV fluid, and then they decided until the cultures were grown, they didn't want to let me go for their cultures, the new ones that they had just taken. They said, we don't really want to let you leave until those are grown, so we know what type of bacteria. So they admitted me to the hospital around 1 o'clock Sunday morning. Spent the night there. Vitals were fine the whole time, which was interesting. So around 11 o'clock or so Sunday morning, the infectious disease specialist came in and said, you're not exhibiting any symptoms that are typical for a blood infection. We can't really think of any reason to keep you here anymore. Just waiting for your cultures. So they said, if anything grows in the cultures, we'll call you. And then you got to come back and get more IV antibiotics. And if nothing grows, it's not a blood infection. Said a lot of times the third-party labs tend to grow contaminants, which is very reassuring. So I have yet to hear back, which is good. That hopefully means that it was a false positive. I don't actually have any bacteria in my blood. But I'm having a hell of a time with this dehydration thing, getting over it. I'm drinking around 100 ounces of fluid a day with electrolyte mix in it. Yeah. My diet, it's still very light. Not super hungry. Kind of forcing myself to eat some at this point. Chicken and rice, lots of chicken and rice. Just about every meal that's not breakfast. And that seems to be staying down fine. I've stopped taking the anti-nausea meds again. So hopefully that'll, hopefully that phase of it's done. And it's just working on the rehydration thing. Last night after eating dinner, we got home late and I didn't really feel like making anything, so I just threw some of those frozen meatballs in the oven. Ate that, felt pretty good. And then like 20 minutes later, I had this massive craving for something super sweet, which is kind of unusual for me. Like, it was an urgent need for something sweet. And really, I just wanted to open a can of soda and just drink, like just pound the whole thing. But I took out a container of honey that I have, and just popping the lid on that and smelling the sweetness of it, like pretty much took care of the craving, which was weird. But I took it, just a spoonful of honey, and that was good. So I don't know. Just kind of a lot of weird things happening. My head's still a little on the foggy side. But, hopefully everything's working its way out and be back to normal in the next couple of days. On the bright side, lost 10 pounds this week, in the last week, so not how I wanted to do it, but it's working. But yeah, back to work yesterday and today, so we'll see. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow morning for a very light workout. I'm hesitant to sweat much at this point. I don't want to do anything to make the whole electrolyte situation any worse than it is. Interestingly, my blood results when I got them done on the day I was throwing up, my glucose level was high. It was outside of the normal range, which got me a little concerned. Diabetes does run in my family, and so seeing that level was a little just concerning, especially considering that I had been throwing up all morning. I figured that wouldn't have been as high. But all blood work that's been done since that day has come back with my glucose perfectly in the middle of the normal range. So, not quite sure. It is what it is. Something to keep an eye on for sure. take this all as a good warning to reevaluate my diet. Essentially starting all from scratch again, so make sure I stick to some healthier options. My diet was getting very sloppy. So yeah, that's where things are. You know, hoping for continued improvement and all. I think I missed some of your guys' videos early on last week. The idea of I tried watching a couple videos when I was at home sick, and just even seeing a pipe just made me feel sick. Food did too, so you know, there's that. Yeah, nothing super crazy fancy going on right now. Just trying to get back in the swing of things. Shockingly, I didn't get anywhere near as much reading done as I had hoped. So what else was I gonna do? But the answer was nothing. That was what I needed to do. So I laid around, and that was that. So very early morning this morning at work, 4 a.m. Wake up, got to work. So I'm home a bit early today. Gonna go pick up my son from school soon. And yeah, just try to get back in the normal groove of things. Got some family coming in town for Thanksgiving, so that's good. Oh, that was the other thing. While this was going on last week, my furnace died. Yeah, the furnace died on last Thursday. The furnace died last Thursday. I went downstairs, looked at it, see if I could figure out why it wasn't turned on, and it was leaking. Never a good sign. Furnace is 14 years old, so we had a company come out. They looked at it. They had done some work on it not too long ago when it wasn't working. I got it running again, and this time on Thursday it was just done. Changing out the water valves would have been around $1,700, and that wasn't even to diagnose what was actually going on with the burner itself. That was just a replacement for the water valves. So we said let's just replace the thing, which we did. They couldn't get out to do it until Monday, yesterday now, so it's an interesting weekend between the hospital and trying to keep the house warm with the wood-burning stove, which worked out a lot better than we had suspected. The only problem is it doesn't really heat our bedrooms at all. So we had some of those infrared heaters that we would set up in the bedrooms before bed, and that did the trick well enough. So yeah, that's a lot of expenses. Hospital, new furnace, and then to top it all off, not even an hour after the furnace guys left, the oil delivery truck. So our furnace burns oil, and the oil delivery truck comes down our driveway. First fill up of the season, which is normally pretty expensive, so the bills just keep on coming. good times. I hope all is well. Not sure if I'll get another video out tomorrow, but if not, I'll probably get something out on Thanksgiving Day. Hope you all are doing well. Thanks for, again, those of you guys that reached out. Parsimonious Piper, thank you for including me in your video. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated what's going on in the next video. All right, have a good one. And if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Talk to you later.